So I'm at the Colorful Glam Bathroom and we just finished our big photo shoot, so I thought I would do a couple videos and start all the way at the beginning on how this bathroom came together. So I get a lot of questions on how a designer puts a room together and what our inspiration is. So for this bathroom, it all started with the shape and with my client's desire to just have something that was really, really glamorous but feminine as well. So the shape of this bathroom is very narrow and it's also not necessarily that long, but I knew hidden beneath the drop ceilings that our ceilings could be nice and high because everywhere else in the loft had 10-foot ceilings. So what I did to make the space feel bigger is I really went for a treatment on this wall as well as on this wall, and then I kept things such as the height of the shower head and the glass really tall and the mirror. So by doing those things, it's a little bit of a designer's trick. So I knew I wanted to do sort of like the mirror and the glass and the shower head, but to put the design together and sort of how I came up with this idea for the tile really stemmed from my client's desire to like really contemporary and glamorous things. So what I did was come up with this idea where we would have this sort of rhombus shape of gray tile inside another shape, well, the rest of the tile being white, I guess is how to say it. So I basically sort of drew on the walls and the floor kind of how we could create this really cool shape. And so then your eye focuses on that as opposed to the overall size of the bathroom. So as a designer, my sort of signature thing is I always have one main focal point in every room. And so for this bathroom, I wanted that to be the tile. So then when it came time to install it, we had to think about, I didn't want trim to be the transition between the floor and the walls. So we decided to round it. So if we come down here, you can actually see that the floor is rounded between the floor and the wall. And then similarly, in the back corners, they are rounded too. So that just really creates this really cool sort of focal point and really kind of glamorous space that my client really loves. So when I put the colors together, she really liked grays, pinks, and purples. So I just basically sourced a bunch of tile. I liked the idea of like a penny mosaic, showed her a bunch of tiles, and then we knew we'd have to do a custom vanity because of the size of the vanity space in relation to the toilet. So once you look at sort of what's available for materials and your client's colors, that's when things can really start coming together. So she loved this sort of mauve pink and then loved the multi-tonal gray tile that we had, and then the fact that the white tile also came with it. And that's sort of how we put the materials together. And then because she likes glam, chrome is an obvious choice. We're doing 2 bathrooms for her. Her second bathroom is gonna have gold, so we chose chrome for this bathroom. And then the shower head, as I mentioned, is also, I put it higher to help create that vision, you know, to get your eye to look up. And then you will see that there is a little pop of brass up top and a light fixture. And then we painted the ceiling the darkest gray that is in the gray tile. For the vanity, what we actually did was, I don't know why or how I came up with this idea, but I wanted something simple. I didn't want to play off of the rounded shape anymore. I didn't want your standard sort of shaker look because she really likes glam. So I just came up with this idea that we would do these sort of vertical groove marks and little designer touches. Like I made sure that the gap between the door is the same width as the depth of these gaps and that they are equally spaced as well. And on the other side of the vanity, it does the same thing. And you can kind of see there, it wraps all the way around. It is also floating 1/2 inch off the ground, and there is a toe kick underneath there, and I recessed it back about the depth of a finger, so that way if you dropped a little earring or necklace, you can still go under there and reach it. Lastly, what I would say about this is we had a lot of fun with staging. So you see the simple version in here, which is probably how a lot of people would stage a bathroom, but we had a really fun time going with what I call sort of a flower explosion, with the idea that flowers would be coming down from the ceiling and landing in buckets. And so that really just amped up the glam in the space, but I hope that it also just told people to really pay attention to this cool shape of the tile that we did on the floor and on the walls. Lastly, we just sort of styled it where the glass here is not going to be wide enough to actually contain all of the water, but it was wide enough where it contains most of it. And I did a curbless shower because I wanted, again, all that focus to be on the tile. And if you introduced a curb, all of a sudden your eye would go there. So this is not her everyday shower, so she was fine knowing she would have to squeegee a little water, but by keeping the glass floor to ceiling, it's bringing your eye up and it's sort of disappearing because all we have are two little clips on the ceiling to contain it. So that's it for the design of this space. We hope that you've had a lot of fun following along, and make sure to check out her glam bathroom. That one is going to be all white and black marbles with lots and lots of gold.